Hey everyone, my name is Mars, like the planet, and this is Housewarmin. Me and my partner have just purchased our very first home, so if you're interested in design, homemaking, and figuring it all out, make sure you subscribe. Today, I'm going to be seeing if HelloFresh is actually worth the hype. If you've been living under a rock and don't know what HelloFresh is, it is a meal delivery kit service. It's kind of like a mix between a grocery delivery and Postmates. They send you ingredients plus a recipe, and it's your job to cook it and put it all together. Apparently, you're able to tailor the meals to fit your needs, as well as skip weeks and things like that. It has been very popular on YouTube. I've seen HelloFresh sponsor a lot of YouTubers out there, so I'm just going to see what's it all about. I am not sponsored by HelloFresh at all. They do not know that I exist, and I am not telling you to support HelloFresh or buy from them. I just want to make this video just to investigate, see what it's about, and if you're interested in purchasing from them, you can definitely do so on your own time. So let's get into the video. So the first thing I did was I logged onto HelloFresh.com and I was able to choose my meal plan. Before I was even able to see the meals that they offered, I had to choose a meal plan. I could choose from a multitude of things, including meat and vegetables, vegetarian, pescatarian, family friendly, or things that could be prepared in under 30 minutes. I also could choose between the number of servings, between 2 and 4. That was the only option that they offered. So if you have a larger family, maybe this would be something that you'd have to calculate the math on, but it was only 2 and 4 servings. I'm assuming that the recipes are tailored to be for 2 servings, and if you get the 4 serving option, it just doubles it. But obviously that does change the price. You are also able to choose the number of meals that you're going to get between 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 days, I think. So I decided to get 4 meals a week for 2 people. I think that was enough to start off with. I definitely think out of 7 days, we do probably end up spending 4 days eating a nice sit down meal, and the other 3 days are just either us going out to eat or hanging out with friends or things like that. Then I was able to choose my meals. Now, HelloFresh automatically sets up a 6-week period for you. So I've seen coupon codes out there that feature 16 free meals or a free box or something like that. And I always assume that you get those 16 free meals up front, or you get the discount up front. But that's not the case. You get the discount spread out over 6 different weeks. Or maybe the discount is applied to the first week, and then the rest of the weeks, there maybe is a little bit less of a discount. But the discount definitely is not over the 6 weeks, and it's not just you can only get 1 box and that's it. The way it is set up is that it sends you, sorry, the air just came on. The way it is set up is that it automatically sets you up for 6 weeks, but you can easily skip a week and things like that. So once I was on the first week, I could see that it had already picked out meals for me, but I was able to tailor it to choose if I wanted to keep those pre-selected meals or I wanted to scroll through and see what else they were offering during the week. I also want to make it clear that it sets you up automatically with when the box will be delivered. So you can see that this box was coming on a Friday. Now, if you want your box to come at the beginning of the week on a Monday or a Wednesday or something like that, you want to make sure that you log on ahead of time so you're able to get your box on the day that you want it. Also, since I was getting this box on a Friday, every week after that, I was going to get my box delivered on a Friday. So make sure that you are looking out for that and aware of that. So I went through the meals and they had a really good variety. I could see the pictures were taken really well. Everything looked pretty appetizing. There was a wide variety of things to choose from. You could see all of the recipes that they offered, as well as choosing between the different categories like meat and vegetable, pescatarian, like I mentioned at the beginning. You could also click on the recipes and see the exact ingredients. You could see the nutrition facts, and you could also see the full-on recipe already online to see if it was something that you wanted. So after scrolling through all of the recipes, I'm going to choose the ones that I want, and I will see you guys when my box gets here. So when I got my HelloFresh box, it was packaged pretty nicely. I know that it was on ice. HelloFresh said that I would not have to be home to get my package. So it was out for probably about 5 hours or so before I got home. So when I opened up the box, there were a bunch of goodies on top. There was a gift card that was a little freebie tossed in. There were also a couple of gift cards that I could give to other people. I'm not sure if I could use these or I have to give them to someone. There was also a little rewards pamphlet in there, and then there were the menu cards. The menu cards hold a lot of information information. I love how detailed they are. They have the picture of the recipe that you're cooking as well as the name on top. They also had the number of servings and how many people. It had a picture and a name of the ingredients, as well as some information on the side. It also had pictures as well as written instructions for the steps to put the meal together. I really liked how much information came on this card. I know people have said in the past that you can keep these cards forever and also use them to make them even if you don't order from HelloFresh. Again, you can still keep the menu cards. Whether you're a visual learner or you're someone who prefers written instructions, it is very easy to understand. I think that people of all ages would be able to understand this recipe card, whether you're in college, whether you're older, or you're someone in high school or middle school that enjoys cooking. I think that this is very straightforward. Even if English is not your first language, I think that the pictures are very, very helpful in helping you understand what the next steps are. After I took out all of the goodies on top, there was a package of ice. Now this one on top was a little bit melted, but after I took it out, I could see the food inside. Each recipe was individually packaged into its own paper bag, and it had the name as well as the QR code on the sticker so you would not get confused or anything like that. I had 4 meals that I ordered, so there was 4 different bags. Under the bags was another block of ice, and underneath there were the 3 packages of meat that I was going to use. So I put those directly into the freezer. Under those bags of meat was another block of ice. So you do not have to worry about your meat thawing out. I know that people can get worried about meat sitting out in the sun or something like that, but everything was completely frozen and nothing was thawed out when I got home. And this was after 5 hours of it sitting in the sun. So now that I have everything out of the box, you can see inside of it, it was kind of heavy to lift up. So if you are someone that struggles a little bit with picking things up, you might want to have somebody help you bring this inside because the ice was frozen. So it was a little heavy to pick up. But after I got everything out, I put the 3 other bags in the refrigerator and I decided to cook the BBQ Pineapple Flatbreads. So let's get started. Okay, so I am officially done cooking. It did take about 30 to 40 minutes to get everything laid out, to cut, prep, cook, get it in the oven, and get it to the plate. It was about 40 minutes, which is what the pamphlet said. I thought that it was pretty easy to follow. This is more cooking than I've ever done. So some of the processes like chopping the poblano peppers, I was like, I've never done this before. I'm not sure. Also, my knives are not that great and my cutting skills are not that great. But other than that, I thought it was very straightforward. I thought it was very easy to follow. I do think that if you're a little bit younger than me, I'm 26, so if you're in college or if you're in high school, I do think this is pretty easy to follow for someone that's competent or anything like that. I would not say this is something that maybe a young child could do. I would do it with some type of supervision. So I have my plate right here. Once again, this is a flatbread that has barbecue sauce, it has cheese, it has caramelized onions, as well as cooked pineapple. It has poblano peppers, and then it has the raw onions on top that were soaked in the red wine vinegar. So let's give it a try. Cheers. There's a poblano. Okay, so let's spicy. I tried to get all of the seeds out. Sorry. I tried to get all the seeds out of the poblano, but the pepper definitely adds some kick. It's a little spicy on my tongue, but I think it's pretty good. I think all of the flavors are there. Today I just cooked this. So all in all, I think that it tastes pretty good. I think all of the flavors are there. I thought it was very simple to put together. I would have never come up with this flavor combination by myself, let alone thought about even making flatbreads in my kitchen. So I'm going to finish eating this and I will see you guys tomorrow. It is day 2 and today we are cooking the 1-pan pulled pork banh mi. So let's get into it because I'm hungry too. So they're actually cutting grass right now outside, so sorry about the noise, but I am too hungry to wait, honestly. So I have my plate right here. It is the pulled pork with the banh mi. It is a pulled pork sandwich that had hoisin and a little bit of chicken stock cooked into it. It is topped with a medley of cucumbers, shredded carrots, and radishes. Now, I don't care for cucumbers or radishes. I've actually never had a radish before, but like I said, I want to try new things and want to explore my palate. I would never buy this if it was just up to me to cook dinner, but I thought this would be something different. The sandwich does have mayo on it. Now, I'm a big mayo person. I know some people don't like it, so I'm gonna try it first as is from HelloFresh. I'm not saying I'm not gonna like it, but I don't know if I am. So I'm gonna try it first the way HelloFresh wants me to, and then if I don't like it, I'm gonna fix it up just so I can eat dinner. So let me try it. It's a pretty big sandwich. Cheers. This is really good. I can taste the hoisin. It's kind of sweet. If you've never had hoisin sauce before, it's a sweet, thick sauce, and it's a little salty. It's kind of like soy sauce. I haven't really got much of the vegetables yet. Okay, let me try the vegetables by themselves, just so I can say I tried it. But these vegetables were soaked in rice wine vinegar, and then I put lime juice on them with salt, pepper, and a little bit of sugar per HelloFresh's instructions. I just don't like it. I'm not a big like raw vegetable type of person. Like nothing's wrong with it. It's just not for me. I just don't like cucumbers and stuff like that. And I've never had a radish before. They're okay. I just wouldn't eat it. I normally eat carrots, but this is okay. As I'm eating it, I will say that the vegetables definitely taste better on the sandwich instead of just by themselves. I think it kind of blends in. So if you have kids or people who are picky eaters and do not want to eat their vegetables, this is definitely an easy way to kind of sneak it in, because it seems like they're having a burger, but there's definitely vegetables on it. One thing I forgot to remember was to take the meat out from the freezer. So it was a little bit frozen, but it did cook down perfectly fine. I think the meat was seasoned well. And the baguette that it's on tastes fine. I thought this was pretty easy to put together, and it had minimal chopping. I will see you guys tomorrow for day 3. Cavatappi beef ragu. It is basically spaghetti. It is spiral noodles with ground beef, shredded carrots, and it had a little bit of cream cheese mixed in with marinara sauce. And it also has parsley as well as shredded Parmesan on top. So I'm sure this is gonna be good. Like I said, it's basically spaghetti. So let's try some. Cheers. Yeah, this is basic spaghetti. I think it's very good. Let me try just the sauce. Yeah, I think it tastes fine. I think this would actually taste better if it had ricotta cheese instead of cream cheese to kind of make it taste like a lasagna or something like that. I think the cream cheese is okay, and I get that they were trying to make it easy to put together, but I do think that ricotta cheese would taste a lot better, and I actually have some in my refrigerator that I need to get rid of that I'm probably gonna put on this. So our last and final meal is the meatloaves with the vegetables, and I'm actually gonna have my partner cook that. She's been at work while I've been cooking these meals, so she hasn't really gotten a chance to try out cooking a HelloFresh meal. So I'm going to give her the chance to cook the last and final meal, and then I'm going to give my final thoughts about HelloFresh. I like it though.
What was that?
I'm going to spread that little soup back a little bit. It's very lemony.
It's good.
So what do you think of what you just cooked?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
So it has been 1 week of trying HelloFresh meals, and does it live up to the hype? I would say yeah. I think that the ordering online process was very easy. I really like the website. I love all the pictures. I love the ingredients. I think everything was pretty straightforward and pretty easy to follow. The ingredients came straight to my door. Nothing was out of place. Nothing was missing. I thought that the recipes were very easy to follow. I liked the pictures. I liked all the information on it. I thought that the recipes came out great. It was enough food for me and my partner to eat, and we even had some leftovers. So I would definitely give it probably 4 out of 5 stars. Now, I will say that there are some cons. If you have a very large family, I will say that this might not be for you. I think that them only offering 2 servings or 4 servings might mean you have to do a little math to figure out how much food you actually need to order. I also think that full price, it's not really worth it. I definitely used a coupon to be able to film this video, and the coupon was spread out over 6 different weeks. It was not just all of the meals free straight up front. I do know that the cheapest you can get a box is if you get a gift card for a free box, and all you have to pay is the shipping for $10. Also, all of these discounts only apply to new customers. So if you continue to use HelloFresh, there are not many discounts out there for you, and slowly but surely you will end up paying full price for a box. So for 2 servings for 4 days, it was about $90 including shipping, which I think is a bit much. Now, I am not saying to go out and make 25 different email accounts to continue to get HelloFresh at $10, but hey, that's your business. Now, is this a sustainable thing? I don't really know. All of the people that I have seen use it online, are they still using it 90 days later? I'm not sure. I do not think that I would be using HelloFresh every single week for the rest of my life, because it does get a little bit expensive. Also, another con, if you are spreading these meals out over the week, please remember that you have fresh vegetables in those bags. So when we got to our 4th or 5th meal, some of the carrots were a little bit wobbly. Nothing was wrong with them and they weren't rotted or anything, but they were a little soft. So remember that you do have fresh vegetables and fresh meat with you in those bags. All in all, I think that HelloFresh is exactly what it says it is. I just don't know if this may be for every single person out there, and I do not know how sustainable this is in the long run, because it kind of is at a luxury price, and it is a luxury for a lot of people. But if you are struggling to think of what to cook each week, if you are struggling to get fresh groceries and fresh vegetables on your table, if you want to try out new recipes but aren't sure how to put them together, then I do think that HelloFresh would be for you. But those are my thoughts. You are welcome to form your own opinions. If you've tried HelloFresh before, if you want me to try out a different meal kit delivery service, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. I post new videos every single Wednesday, so I will see you guys next week. Bye.